This call may be monitored and recorded for quality assurance.
This job would be great if it wasn't for the fucking customers.
We're always this stupid. It is you take lessons.
Just calm down.
Oh, fuck you!
You can't handle the truth.
This call may be monitored and recorded for quality assurance.
In other words, be nice, asshole.
I love him so much.
Love it.
He's so
All
great.
right. So, obviously, we are talking about Amaru,
my
beautiful
little
AJ.
man.
Oh my God, he's gorgeous. So, we'll get started with the show because we have a party to get to.
Yes.
Tonight is our quality Christmas extravaganza. I believe this is year...
What?
Okay, so if we're
what?
counting the time that we actually worked together, I think that was started technically all of us together in 2009. So this will be our 12th.
12th year, yeah.
Wow.
We got to do something big for the 15 years.
I feel we need to take a trip,
oh.
like Vegas or something. So welcome to another episode of Q as in Cucumber, the podcast where we point and laugh at stupid companies, customers, and coworkers alike. I'm Lara Mack.
And I'm Tanya Edwards.
So we have, tonight is our annual Christmas extravaganza that we do every year. Jess is on her way. She's running a little bit behind. So we are going to do like a 3-person thing again. We're going to do an episode of Q as in Cucumber. We're going to do an episode of The Parent Memoirs. And then we're going to do a joint crossover episode about Tiger King 2.
Oh my God.
I know, hold on.
Stayed up all night watching that shit.
We got to wait until Jess gets here.
Did she watch it?
I don't know if she watched the new one because we watched Tanya and I watched the Doc Antle one. We'll get there. Okay, but first things first, obviously we got to talk about Elizabeth Holmes.
See, and I've been so busy lately, I still she's the last fucking thing on my mind because she's just, I hate her
Between
so much.
this week with the Duggar trial.
Yeah.
Because the Duggar trial moved super quick, which I was not expecting it to move as fast as it did.
it was pretty open and shut.
It was pretty open and shut, but it still moved.
Didn't one of his sisters or someone get charged with something
Yeah,
this week or something
honestly,
too?
looking into it, it's a misdemeanor. Like, not that it's great,
Right.
but we're going to talk about Duggar on the Parent Memoir. So if you guys are interested in hearing how that nonsense fucking lost it, oh my God, we're going to talk about that. So we do have to talk about Ms. Holmes.
Oh, God.
This bitch. Oh my God.
Fucking bitch.
Her. Good Lord. So, she got on the stand and I was not paying attention because, like I said, got a lot going on, plus the Duggar thing. And clearly this Elizabeth Holmes trial is just taking forever. And it's the judge. I really think it's the judge. It just get to the fucking point. And honestly, the next round, believe it or not, knowing what we know about the judge is going to take fucking forever.
God.
So I'll explain that here in a minute. But thank you to our awesome listeners who kept up with it. We had...
You guys are better than me because I am just
my gracious.
so fucking far out of the loop on the goddamn Elizabeth Holmes thing. Yeah, it's just been, but life happens.
Life happens. It is. Let's see. We had Tess Sanders on YouTube said, I'm wondering how many of these old white guys she slept with.
Good
Seriously.
point.
Yeah,
Good
seriously.
point.
Watch some of their interviews together and the way they look at her. No wonder they gave her so much money. 19-year-old blonde and unattached would also explain why none of the old white guys sued her. And the companies did, but not those elderly rich guys.
So that's good
interesting.
point. That's a good point.
That's why I was like, "Oh,
Because-
Tess, we're gonna read this comment."
Yeah.
Now, I did reply because here's the thing. I said I'm so torn on this because a part of me thinks, of course, she slept with him, but another part of me thinks she's smarter and more manipulative than that. I know this is creepy, but stay with me. I actually put that in the comment. I think she walked a fine line with all of them, acting on one hand like a lovey-dovey puppy to them that they had a shot with, but on the other hand, acting like, and God, I'm sorry for this, but their innocent daughter.
Yes.
Staring lovingly at them in a way that made them
Daddy,
feel
I
more
want a new
paternal,
pony.
protective emotion. Creepy as hell either way. But love the comment. Thank you, Tess. Thank you, Tess Sanders. You're awesome.
Yeah.
That was a great point. Like,
that is. And
which I didn't even think about.
I didn't think of that either. Like, maybe that's why some of them are not, like, individually suing her. I mean, how much shame is that my 75-year-old grandpa tried to sleep with Elizabeth Holmes because she has a fucking magic box? Like, you know, she gave up the magic box for the magic box.
Yeah. The magic box. That's the name of the episode. Magic box for a magic box. There we go. J. Fabian 1912 said the prosecution was hammering Elizabeth Holmes this past week. I think she's done, but we'll see what the defense has planned. God, I hope so. And then Pungai Fungi said, oh yeah, they have been hammering her. But that one stupid juror who replaced that idiotic Buddhist worries me because she was crying about how Holmes was so young and what if I make a mistake, etc., etc. Look,
you know
I can't
what?
handle with my blood pressure.
I don't buy the whole she's so young and innocent and this is the first time she's ever done this and this is it's just a mistake. I don't buy that shit.
She wasn't 19 the entire time.
Right. And
at a certain point she'd grown. She's a grown woman.
And isn't she supposed to be like super fucking smart?
Oh, yeah.
She's like, years ahead of everyone. So, and to me, in my mind, if she's 21 and she's doing this, to me, in my mind, she's actually, if she's as smart and as gifted and as great as she thinks she is, then she's about 30. So she fucking knows better.
Thank you.
At
a certain point, you've grown.
Yeah. You can't keep blaming your past. You can't keep blaming.
You started it at 19. But then you didn't go out into the world until you were pretty much in your 30s.
Right.
Okay? You're full of shit. You are full of shit. Okay?
Dookie.
Whatever. This was fantastic. I got Judith sent us an email. She did not leave a public comment, so I am not going to say your last name, Judith. But thank you so much for this because honestly, I kept meaning to look into it, and I just didn't get that far with everything else, okay? But Judith sent this, or Judith K said, hey, I don't think I've listened to your last episode yet, but I wanted to know if you had seen the exhibit of handwritten notes from Sonny Balwani to Elizabeth Holmes offered as evidence of his control over her. And there's more here, but we'll pause there.
Right.
So my understanding of these notes that they presented were basically... These were her instructions and orders for the day. Like he was saying, dictating her life. This is what you'll eat.
Right.
This is what... It wasn't quite that. I can't remember. I thought I put it in the notes. I apologize. I will find an article and link it down in the description. So you can actually see what was said. But what Judith pointed out, because I was like, yeah, that's kind of good evidence. Not that I want to give her or her team any fucking credit. But it could be, I could see why that would be considered good evidence to support her accusation of Sonny being controlling and manipulative and abusive, right? I mean, if you woke up every day and there was a note.
Oh, wait. So I have a picture of it.
Okay, read what it says.
So, I don't have my glasses on. So.
Oh, my glasses aren't going to help you because your glasses are.
4 a.m., rise and thank God. Most things are not logical. 4 to 4:15, wash face and change. 4:15 to 4:45, meditate and clear your mind. 5:20, walk out. Okay. Oh, workout. Duh. 5:20 to 6:20, change, shower, shave, perfect. 6:20 to 6:30, pray. 6:30 to 6:35, breakfast, banana and whey. I do everything I say. Do everything I say word for word. I am... never a minute late. I show no excitement. All about business. I am not impulsive. I do not react. I am always proactive. I know the outcome of every encounter. I do not hesitate. I constantly make decisions and change teams as needed. I give immediate feedback, non-emotionally. I speak rarely. When I do, crisp and concise. I call bullshit immediately. My hands are always in my pockets or gesturing, and I am fully, I don't know what that says, absent, assent, I don't know what that word is, I can't see it. It looks like AEGENT or something, but I don't know what that means. But that was her list for the day.
Okay, so here's what Judith pointed out, because a lot of people were like, oh, that is very controlling, etc., etc. Judith pointed this out, and I did not have time to look at it because we was prepping for the party. But thank you, Judith. She says, I'm 99% certain most of what he wrote down came from motivational speakers such as Tony Robbins or business coaches. This isn't stuff he was ordering.
Oh, yes, because the other day I clicked on something because I've just been having a really hard time at my job and everything else, right? And I've just been too focused, right? Without any actual what do you mean, like outcome, the outcomes that I want, right? Yeah. So I was like, I saw this thing and it was like, my phone read my mind again. Let me click on this, and it was Tony Robbins, and that's kind of what it was. That it, yeah. Oh, I got the other 3 too. Look how long his handwriting is atrocious.
But okay, so thank you again. I just want to give again huge props to Judith. It's them once again. It's them taking a little piece of information and twisting it, allegedly, to make it look like he's an abusive asshole, which, don't get me wrong, could he be? Sure. This is motivational speaker, power of positive thinking, manifestation stuff. He's not a guru, okay? I don't care he's got an accent. He's not a guru. Yeah. He didn't write, I guarantee you he didn't write all that crap.
Yeah, no. It's like people have their plans, concise or not, but if your plans are stronger and you have a plan for them, then you will always succeed over them. This is the law of nature. I mean, so I coach my agents, and I kind of use these kind of Jedi mind tricks, right? Mm-hmm. And these are the things I tell them. Those are things like, okay, so you can only control that one call. Mm-hmm. That one call, you can't control how the guest spoke to you.
No.
But what you can control is how long you keep yourself on that call and put up with
Absolutely.
that, and how long you take to get that person on there, and and that's the kind of stuff. Your attitude is 99% of it. Those are the kind of bullshit things that I say to my team sometimes, of course, because they're dealing with a tough job, especially in this day and age.
And nobody is looking at you like,
no, I'm not. I didn't break their arm to do it. That's just what you do as somebody who is trying to help somebody be more successful, because I feel like his whole mantra with looking at these little lists and shit is her success was his success.
Yes.
And this is something that I teach my team every day. Your success, the reason I do these coachings, the reason I push you guys, because your success is my success.
Yeah.
And that's what he was doing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So with the cross-examination, there's a lot, but they cross-examined her. They went after her hard.
Good.
Saying, okay, so you're saying that you thought it worked, but looking at all these emails, right? Fuck off. You knew it didn't. Okay. Because her story is, I thought it did work.
No, Patrick.
No,
it did not.
No, Patrick. But what was interesting was there were certain moments that they really broke it down, because she tried to say, oh, well, I put these logos on this, forged document, GlaxoSmithKline and all this, and Pfizer and all this other stuff, because I thought we were going to get a contract with them soon. And he went through all of their communications with pharmaceutical companies and was like, show me where this deal was materializing. And she couldn't.
Not only that, if you're sending like something and you're putting those on logos, yeah, that's what they're called. Duh. On like something that you're presenting to a potential client, then wouldn't you then say, because you thought that you were going to be landing these clients, potential clients are as followed.
Right.
Not these are our clients. No.
And even not even potential. To make it more,
we're in talks with, or
anticipated partnerships with.
Right.
Things like that.
Forging a future relationship with Pfizer. Something, but not, hey, they're on board.
On here.
Yeah, look at that shit up there,
Of course. So the prosecution or the defense rested,
Uh-huh.
pretty much.
And what could they say?
Like, there's nothing
There's
you
nothing.
can say.
What is your defense? Typo?
Okay.
It was
Now,
the secretary? Get the fuck out of here.
Here's what's interesting about there's a motion that the prosecution filed, and there's also an argument over jury instructions.
Mm-hmm.
This jury instruction thing is going to go on forever, believe it or not. So let's talk about the motion first. Let's talk about the motion first from the prosecution. Because they didn't call that Mindy Mechanic person to testify about her psychological state, the prosecution was like, we moved to strike. Everything she said about him, you didn't put on any witnesses to show that she was psychologically affected, in such expert witnesses, not just her word, expert witnesses to try to use this as part of her defense. Therefore, just her telling that part of the story is irrelevant. Plus, she kept saying, I was in charge. He didn't make me do,
Right.
So the prosecution is like, can we strike this? Because this was bullshit.
Right.
Good for them. I hope it fucking works. But the other thing with the jury instructions, oh my God. The jury, let's just compare and contrast for a second. The jury instructions on Josh Duggar's trial were 20 pages long, right? And it's things like the way that Emily D. Baker breaks it down is saying, okay, the thing is the thing, and you have to show the thing is the thing. So in the jury instructions, they say, what is a computer? Like, you have to debate every single word. A computer is defined as, and basically saying, like, this is the computer.
Right.
What defines possession? What defines child pornography? All of those things have to be defined in the jury instructions. And with this judge, this is why I think this is going to go on for fucking ever. The jury instructions are 55 pages long. And the prosecution and
I hate people. I swear
know.
to fucking God.
And the prosecution and the defense are arguing over every single word because those instructions tell them what they consider, what they can consider, what they can't consider, what is the thing, what is it? All of this needs to be hashed out. And with this judge, it's going to go on forever. I guarantee it. It's going to go on forever. They're actually anticipating that they might not actually start deliberations until after the new year.
Really? So
Yes.
not even like for 2 more weeks?
Yeah. Okay.
Fuck right off.
Good God. These poor jurors. I feel for jurors this week, especially the Josh Duggar thing. Like I said, we'll get there with the parent memoirs. Whoa. Feel for them on a level that can't be described. But this jury in particular, I'm sure at a certain point their brains are fucking full.
Could you imagine getting put? So not only the
We've
amount...
been talking about this for 2 years and we have examined every single bit of it. Imagine
it all getting thrown at you in
the slowest but most condensed way possible. I know that sounds weird, but to shove it all in this like few month window, but at the same time it just dragging out for months.
Yeah.
It's like COVID, how we felt like time was lasting longer but also shorter.
Right.
I feel like this trial is the COVID of the legal world. You're just not sure how to feel. These
Right.
poor
it's
jurors.
It's a little much. Like,
It
and to
really
and then their
is.
deliberation. Can you imagine how long it's going to take?
Oh my God. I can't. I feel for these jurors. I truly, truly, truly feel for these jurors.
Like, I can't even imagine how long this is going to take them to actually break down. And then inevitably you're going to have that one fucking Karen or Philip or whatever who's going to be like, well, guys, who's going to have to fucking chime in on every goddamn thing.
Of course.
And make the
Because
process
this is not
20
the
times
Josh
worse.
Duggar trial.
Right.
Where it's like, oh, he's a skeezy perv.
Right.
Great.
I know. Yeah, no. It's the whole thing is just...
Okay, so that's the Elizabeth Holmes thing. We're going to touch on something that was a first for us. And we don't have a ton of time today because we've got the party, we've got 2 more episodes to record with Jess once she gets here. But I do feel the need to talk about this because for the first time in our show's history, I guess, there was breaking news this week about a bunch of layoffs at a company called Better.com. And for the first time in Q as in Cucumber history, there were a lot of fucking layoffs. A lot of people who worked for the company, or not a lot, but definitely enough, people who worked for the company that got let go listened to our show. And they blew up our email.
Yeah.
A couple hours after this news broke. And I saw the news break and I thought, wow, that's fucked up. But then we started getting emails, and I was going to talk about them today, but there's a lot of people said, and I'll tell you privately why, but a lot of people were concerned about us sharing their personal details. They're like, no. And which we wouldn't do anyway.
We don't even share our own personal details.
But I mean, they didn't want me to share their email at all. They just wanted to tell us about what's going on.
Right.
So that we know.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
So just a general, so in the world, this is in comparison, this is another thing that's going on. Yeah,
right. Yeah. So I'll post the link to this article. This is from CNN Business by Rameshan Maruf. I hope I'm saying that name right. Better.com CEO fires 900 employees over Zoom.
That's awful. That's really fucking... I mean, in this day and age, I understand Teams and Zoom and stuff like that. That's how people are getting, things done. But to just do okay, Jim Jones, just mass killing everybody at once, right?
Thank you. So here we go. Better.com CEO Vishal Garg announced the mortgage company is laying off about 9% of its workforce on a Zoom webinar Wednesday, abruptly informing the more than 900 employees on the call they were being terminated just before the holidays. Get this shit. This is how he said this. If you're on this call, you're part of the unlucky group that is being laid off, Garg said on the call, a recording of which was viewed by CNN Business. Your employment here is terminated, effective immediately. He then said employees could expect an email from HR detailing benefits and severance. Quote, having to conduct layoffs is gut-wrenching, especially this time of year. Oh, so glad that you recognize that. That's so nice of you to let them know. Did you know it's Christmas time and I'm firing you?
And we've had the worst 2 years fucking ever.
That's that part blew my... Did you know it's Christmas and I'm firing you? That is so tragic. Oh, thanks,
asshole.
Thanks for letting us know, you dick. CFO Kevin Ryan said, oh, sorry, that wasn't the CEO. That was a CFO. Guess birds of a feather flock to fucking gather. But all right. Having to conduct layoffs is gut-wrenching, especially this time of year, CFO Kevin Ryan said in a statement to CNN Business. However, a fortress balance sheet and a reduced and focused workforce together set us up to play offense going into a radically evolving home ownership market. Right now, if we have learned anything from Selling Sunset, which we already knew in the world, or at least in this country, buying a fucking house right now is hard.
Yeah.
Because everything gets snatched up in 2 minutes.
Yeah.
There have been 3 houses for sale within eyesight of my house. The for sale signs have quite literally been up for 2 days and it's gone and they're sold immediately for almost double what we paid for our house.
So you know how big Grandma's house is. It's just a little 3-bedroom, 900 square foot rancher.
Right.
She got it appraised.
Oh my God. What was it?
$284.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
So you can't tell me that Better.com selling fucking mortgages is hurting. Okay? You can't tell me that.
It's a seller's market.
Fuck off.
It's a seller's market.
Granted, I have a feeling it's going to burst.
Oh, yeah, it's going to. Yeah.
And they're anticipating the burst. But I'm sorry. You could have waited till after the new year.
Right, because Avery is trying, he's looking now to get into first-time home buyer stuff and everything.
Good for him.
And I told him maybe he may reach out to your mans.
Yeah.
Because I said, they did this and blah, blah, blah. So
absolutely. Tell him,
I told him, wait.
Yes.
Wait. I said,
we are.
I said, I've been watching Selling Sunset. And he was like, the fuck
Which
is
we're going to talk about Selling Sunset,
Yes.
by the way. Trust me.
And I was explaining it to him, and I was like, right now is a seller's market. The interest rates are fucked off. The prices are super high.
Yeah.
You need to make sure that you're getting in, and there's going to be a boom. So what's going to happen is they're going to get you into a house you can't fucking afford.
Exactly.
And then what's going to happen, like what happened back in 2000, what was it, 8 or whatever?
2008.
When they had to do all those
Those
bailouts
subprime mortgages and
right.
the
I
arms.
said so.
Do not do a fucking arm.
And that's why. So remember, we were working at, a financial joint.
Hold on, it's Jess. So Jessica McCaw arrived.
So nice.
Welcome to our fabulous Miss Jessica James, who is joining us.
Sorry, my voice gets a little weird. It's still a little crackly.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We were talking about that.
Yeah.
Miss Jess lost her voice. We were going to record last weekend,
Oh.
and she was like, I can't. Did you bring the book?
I did it. I forgot. But I was driving down the road. I was like, damn it, I forgot the book. But I downloaded it for my Kindle.
Oh, yay. Okay.
Because I was like, if I go back, I'm going to be even later.
You're like, now what? All right. So we were in the midst of talking about, just to catch, we already talked about Elizabeth Holmes. That's over. We were in the middle of talking about Better.com, the mortgage company thing, whatever. They laid off 900 people over Zoom, right? Like last Wednesday.
Over Zoom?
Yeah.
Wait. The guy starts the meeting talking about if you're on this meeting, you're part of the unfortunate group of people who are just basically asked
And
to
then
fuck
the
out.
CFO released a statement. Having to conduct layoffs is gut-wrenching, especially this time of year. So what you pretty much just said is, yeah, we know Did you know we're firing you at Christmas? I'm not sure if you knew we were firing you at Christmas. Did you know that we're firing
It's
you
almost
at Christmas?
and you'll have no job now? Did you know that?
Fucking Now, what I was telling Tanya is what's interesting about this is after they did the layoffs, a bunch of their employees are our listeners.
Oh, really?
We'll dive into that more later. But so we were reading this article. You were saying something.
Oh yeah, when I was telling Avery about because he's trying
that's
to
right.
buy a house, he was looking at what he needs to do.
Right.
And the down payment they want is outrageous
Of
and
course,
all
of
this
course.
stuff. And that's why I was telling him, I was like, because what's going to happen is probably in the next 6 months to a year, the fucking it's just going to bottom out.
Yeah.
And right now it's a
a
seller's market right now.
Yeah.
Wait about 6 months to a year, get yourself more established, build up your credit some more, save a little bit of your money, and then get your shit together and go buy a house. You'll be able to buy one. I told him, I said, because your grandma just had that little ass house she lives in appraised, and it came in at $283,000. I mean,
Here's the thing. We've been in
for that. You've seen that little house.
Yeah.
Crazy.
It is
The
wild.
housing market is crazy.
Our house, what we paid for it, it's worth double
Yeah.
right now. Now, when the bottom drops, it won't be worth double, but it will still be worth enough
Right.
that we can still sell it probably pretty quickly, knowing where we're located, the number of bedrooms,
Yeah.
bathrooms, the square footage, all that stuff, right? And we can get into a new house, not paying the prices that people are paying right now.
Right.
So yes, we'll get less money later, more than likely, but we won't have to we still need a place to live. So buying another house
Right.
will pay less as well. So it kind of comes out anyway. So let me keep reading this article. This is just fucking wild. So what he said is Garge, who is the CEO, his name is Vishal Garge. Garge cited market efficiency, performance, and productivity as the reason behind the firings. Fortune later reported Garge accused the employees of, quote, stealing from their colleagues and customers by being unproductive and only working 2 hours a day. This is the second time in my career I'm doing this, and I do not want to do this. The last time I did it, I cried, Garge said on the call, which remained short and emotionless. Oh,
The last
you
time I
cried?
did this, I cried.
Yeah, we have to do the data voice. The last time I did this, I cried. I wish not to cry.
just
What the fuck?
fucking.
Among those fired were the, quote, diversity, equity, and inclusion recruiting team.
Oh.
The SoftBank-backed mortgage lender announced in May it was going public. I think that's interesting too. Just when you go public. Through SPAC, S-P-A-C. I don't know what SPAC is. And last week received $750 million in cash as part of the deal. The company is prepared to have more than $1 billion on its balance sheet.
Yeah, because don't they have to have a certain amount in order to go public?
I think
and
so.
they have like certain amount of backers and investors and stuff like that when they go public.
I think so.
Yeah.
Garge has been involved in controversy before, as evidenced by an email he sent to staff that was obtained by Forbes. You are, and then in all caps, too damn slow. You are a bunch of, I don't understand this, again, all caps, dumb dolphins.
Dolphins are actually
Right,
smart, aren't
yeah.
they? I thought they were.
They are.
Yeah, no, they're supposed to be pretty.
They're
pretty
pretty
smart
fucking
animals.
like, yeah.
Called them.
Thank you.
I've never
Back at you, guard.
I've never been insulted by being called a dumb dolphin. That's a new one.
I call people drunk sea monkeys all the time. I think
That's
that's a little more
That's
fitting.
different.
Yeah, I mean that actually makes sense, but not a.
Right.
You're a dumb dolphin.
Again, all
Okay.
caps. So stop it. Stop it right now. You are embarrassing me, he wrote. Really? They're the ones embarrassing you? You just called them dumb dolphins.
What are you, 9? Get the fuck out of here.
And they're the ones embarrassing. Okay. This motherfucker. The Daily Beast reported in August that one of Garge's most, quote, loyal lieutenants received massive perks, such as millions of dollars worth of stock options that could be vested immediately, not comparable to other employees. That person was later placed on administrative leave for bullying.
Bullying?
Yeah. So we're going to dive more into that in a future episode. Like I said, y'all been sending us emails to the people who listened to the show, who were laid off. God, if I could get you a job, I would. I really would.
And if
I'm
we do
so
say anything
sorry.
about anything that you write to us, we're not going to use your name.
No.
All physical and name likes and likenesses will be changed.
Jessica's raising her hand on a podcast, which is interesting.
Right.
What's up?
Jessica?
We have a question from the class.
Is this the beginning of our cult? Like, is this the audience that we bring
Maybe.
in to develop our cult society?
Maybe this is the beginning.
Oh.
To the
Of our
better.com
empire?
employees who were just laid off, reach out.
I know.
Tell us if you're interested.
I know a company that just laid off like 11 supervisors and then probably another 5 to 10 people that were working in other departments. And they said that it was just a layoff and we're doing fine financially.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But,
You're
yeah.
like, gee, thanks.
Yeah.
Again, right before Christmas. And that's the third, and I know another somebody who was just, quote, laid off.
Why do they say laid off? Fuck it, you fired me. You fired me.
Yeah.
Give
And
me some
that
unemployment.
person,
Fuck you. You fired me.
and that person had like the best reaction because they immediately were like, you have to bring your computer equipment back within an hour.
Fuck you.
Oh, you come get it yourself.
I know. You better hope I don't put it on my dog's back and hope he gets it to you at some point, bitch. Because I'm just...
And you know what he said? As of about 3 minutes ago, you no longer control every aspect of my life, so you'll get it when I'm damn well ready. And I was like, good for you.
Yeah. I
Oh, fuck people.
these companies are really getting greedy.
They are.
There are a lot of them that made a shit ton of money in the last year and a half, 2
Absolutely.
years.
Don't think that just because of COVID, every company was suffering.
Because
it's not true.
that is absolutely not true. Absolutely not true.
Mm-hmm.
And now these people are so fucking greedy
Mm-hmm.
that they know that, okay, now it's starting to kind of even out right now. And
They know
going
the
back-
cash cow is not producing as much.
Right. So now they're getting rid of all these people.
Mm-hmm.
That's not my fault.
Nope.
That's not my fault. You know what? Had you treated your people better from the fucking beginning, maybe they wouldn't have left
Yeah.
whenever everything started, and maybe they would have stuck around
Mm-hmm.
to help y'all out whenever shit got back to normal.
Yeah.
And then don't stop paying them. Don't let me see like somebody else pulling up in a brand new fucking Beamer with temp tags on it.
Yeah. On the day that
Um,
you lay off employees.
Right. I mean, that kind of shit is is awful.
It's bullshit.
It is. It's absolute bullshit.
It's nonsense.
Greed is a sin.
Greed is a sin.
I watched that movie 7 a few times. I know.
What's in the box? What's in the box? What's in the box?
Oh, wait. So today I was walking downstairs and David was like, has Sophia told you the good news? And I was like, about our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. He just stopped and looked at me. Fuck you. And walked off.
I had a guy once on a first date that I got set up on. It was like a blind date. We went to dinner and we sat down. He was very handsome, very sweet right off the bat. Just seemed like a genuinely like chill, nice dude, super easy to talk to. We talked for like 15, 20 minutes. And then finally he was like, can I ask you a question? I said, sure. And he goes, have you accepted Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior? And I was just like, oh God.
I would have done everything I could to turn my head as far as I could so that it would almost spin around and then I would have spit something because I don't.
All I said was, this was literally the first thing that came to mind. It was one of those few moments in my life where I said it. I said, no, I'm sorry. I did a return to sender on that one.
I would have started singing that little chant from the Burbs where him and the dude were downstairs and he was like, what did he say? He was like, I want to kill everyone. Satan is good. Satan is our pal. That shit. I would have just started singing that to him.
See, Pete. Come here. Come here. No, Pete. You're in here for a very specific reason. We'll get there. Okay. So we'll talk about Selling Sunset. I don't want to run out of time talking about everything we got. Doing our Parent Memoirs episode and then doing our big crossover with Tiger King, our Tiger King 2 breakdown.
Did you watch it?
I did.
The new one?
The Doc
Antle one?
No, I did not.
Okay, we'll
I just
fill
saw
you in.
Post about that last night, and I didn't have time to.
It's okay. It's only 3 episodes. They're like 47 minutes each, so it's super easy to get through.
I watched it
Wow,
last
there's
night.
a lot to unpack. It's wildly... And honestly, I'm kind of glad you didn't.
Okay.
Because certain... Pete.
He's okay.
Okay.
He's all right.
Certain things, just being able to describe them to you, I think will be highly entertaining.
Okay.
So, without you having seen them.
I'm looking
So,
forward
Quite
to it.
disturbing.
we'll go ahead and wrap this up. These will probably be this. I'm going to put out Cues and Cucumber and the Parent Memoirs first, and then we'll do our Tiger King release the week after that. And then we're probably not going to have new episodes until the beginning of the year.
Okay.
Because Christmas, everything else.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
Crazy.
And especially with the Elizabeth Holmes stuff, apparently they might not even though the defense and prosecution have rested, they're probably not even going to start deliberating until after the new year, which is weird to me. This judge, I do not understand him. But anyway, I'm going to put all the links to everything that we have talked about down below. I'll reach out to the better.com people. Let us know what we can talk about, what we can't. We'll go from there. And thank you again to Judith. You are killer for finding that Elizabeth Holmes little gem there. Really appreciate that. So I didn't have to. So until next time, I'm Lara Mack.
And I'm Tanya Edwards.
I'm Jessica James.
Love your faces.
Smooches.
Keep it sane.
There we go.
Like what you hear? Rate, review, and subscribe on iTunes or your favorite podcasting platform. And follow us on our Facebook page by searching Q as in Cucumber. Don't forget to check out our other show, hosted by me and Jessica James, called The Parent Memoirs. And we want to hear from you. Share your stories by emailing us at qasincucumber@yahoo.com, and you might just hear your stories on a future episode. Love your faces.
This call may be monitored and recorded for quality assurance.